Hello, I'm Michelle. Welcome to today's Explainer, demystifying the eco-friendly home, simple steps for comfort and value. If you've been wondering how to make your home just a bit more comfortable, maybe more efficient, and definitely more valuable without adding a ton of stress to your plate, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to have a gentle, absolutely zero-pressure conversation about making sensible home improvements. Think of this time together as a practical guide to making your house work better for you, day in and day out, without adding any complicated tasks to your to-do list. Let's dive right in.
So here's a question I hear all the time. Do you really need a roof full of solar panels to have an quote-unquote eco-friendly home? I want to immediately reassure you. The answer is a resounding no. So often, when we hear words like green or sustainable, we automatically picture massive, incredibly expensive renovations, or, totally disrupting our lives with major construction. But you really don't have to tear your house apart to make a meaningful difference. In fact, true efficiency is actually much simpler and much quieter than that. Let's kind of redefine what going green really means for us. An eco-friendly home is simply built on small, sensible choices. Choices that save money and save water, all while making a house function better day to day. It's really about practical, everyday changes that reduce the burdens of running a household rather than adding to them. It's about creating a living space that feels wonderfully comfortable, costs a little less to maintain, and supports your lifestyle at a pace that actually makes sense for you. To show you just how easy this can be, let's look at one of the absolute simplest swaps you can make, comparing standard light bulbs to LED bulbs. When an old bulb burns out, simply replacing it with an LED version is a fantastic first step. Surprisingly, a single LED bulb can easily last over a decade, all while using noticeably less energy. It's a tiny, super inexpensive choice, but it's one that will show up directly and positively on your monthly utility bill. Building on that idea, let's walk through some other low-cost lifestyle tweaks that reduce waste and keep a little extra money in your pocket. And the best part? None of these require any heavy lifting. You can swap out paper towels for washable rags, or even cut up some old t-shirts. A simple rain barrel out in the yard can collect free water for your garden. Having a small kitchen compost bin reduces landfill waste while creating really rich soil for your plants. And if you happen to have older single-pane windows, you don't necessarily have to replace them right away. Just hanging some energy-efficient curtains or blinds can do wonders for holding in the heat during the winter and keeping that cool air inside during the summer. Let's move into our next section, bigger upgrades worth considering. These are those medium-effort investments that only really make sense when it's naturally time to replace aging household items. A perfect example of this is your water heater. When that old traditional tank model finally gives out, it's a really great opportunity to look into a tankless water heater. See, tankless systems heat water only as you need it, instead of running constantly just to keep a giant tank hot. This practical benefit means you save a ton of energy, and wonderfully, these systems typically outlast traditional models. So they give you peace of mind for years to come. Now, what happens when you're actually at the store shopping for these things? It's so easy to get overwhelmed by products claiming to be sustainable. We often call that greenwashing. Let's completely demystify that right now. There are really just two reliable labels you need to look for. Energy Star means an appliance, like a fridge or a dishwasher, meets strict federal efficiency standards. Then there's WaterSense, which is the EPA label for plumbing. That means things like toilets and shower heads use less water without losing any water pressure. Upgrading to a WaterSense shower head, for instance, is surprisingly inexpensive and incredibly effective. Did you know a leaky, outdated shower head can quietly waste thousands of gallons of water a year? It's a small change, but with a genuinely big impact. And here is some great news for your wallet. If you're in the Chicago area or the South Suburbs, you can often maximize local ComEd rebates to help pay for these upgrades. These rebates apply to items like smart thermostats and heat pumps, and beautifully, they stack right on top of any manufacturer discounts. Installing a smart thermostat is an easy, cost-effective afternoon project that immediately cuts utility costs. Just be sure to check the current ComEd rebate amounts online or give them a quick call before you buy, because those programs can absolutely change from year to year. Speaking of financial incentives, the year 2025 is an incredibly important milestone to remember. It's crucial to know that the federal Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit actually expired on December 31st, 2025. There's a lot of outdated information circulating out there about this, so if you are budgeting for new projects in 2026 or beyond, and you're hoping a federal credit will offset the cost, please consult a tax professional first. We just want to ensure your budget is based on current, accurate facts.
Okay, so with all of this in mind, here is your calming, totally stress-free starting strategy. Step 1, simply replace items only as they wear out. There is absolutely no pressure to throw away perfectly good items ahead of schedule. Step 2, when it is time, tackle heating and cooling first, because that is where you're going to see the biggest savings on your bills. And step 3, address water heating and lighting next. By working through your home in this natural, unhurried order, you'll get the most noticeable savings for the absolute least amount of effort.
Let's transition to our final section, the double benefit, enjoying now, selling later. Shifting our perspective over to the real estate side for a moment. As a seniors real estate specialist, I often share this specific insight with my clients. These upgrades rarely cost much, and they tend to make a home feel genuinely cared for and well maintained. Buyers are incredibly observant. When they walk through a home and see a smart thermostat, LED lighting, or newer, efficient appliances, they notice. They might not be able to name exactly why, but those features prove to a buyer that the home was loved, looked after, and protected. Ultimately, creating a comfortable, eco-friendly home is really just about a series of small, smart choices made over time. If you found this helpful, I warmly invite you to explore my free resource library and the Homeowners 50+ page for more no-pressure guidance on your next steps. As a quick reminder, the information shared in this explainer today is for educational purposes and is not formal tax, legal, or financial advice. Always consult a qualified professional for your unique situation. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll leave you with this final thought. If you plan to sell in the next 5 years, which of these small, sensible swaps can you make this weekend to start increasing your home's value today?